Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Dean Hinkson, for the warm welcome. I want to start by, again, saying good morning to all students, faculty, staff, trustees, and guests with us today. To our new first-year transfer and exchange students, I want to give an especially warm welcome as you begin your time at Pomona. Know that our community is stronger because of the perspectives and experiences that you bring. Now, while we gather here at the start of a new academic year, I would actually like us to step back and look to the past. 2 centuries ago, a young French philosopher named Alexis de Tocqueville crossed the Atlantic to understand what made democracy in America work. He searched in the courts and legislatures, but what struck him most was not in the halls of power at all. Instead, he stumbled upon something quietly revolutionary: the town meetings of New England. Each meeting was a practice in shared governance, arguments about taxes, public works, social welfare, and while the process was often slow and deeply frustrating, Tocqueville recognized something profound in these meetings. It was in the process of showing up, debating, disagreeing, yet still finding a way forward, that the people of New England learned the habits of democracy. Now fast forward to 2 centuries later, and global democracy is faltering. In 2025, the number of democracies in our world has officially been outnumbered by autocracies. Admittedly, my fascination with democracy is personal. As a high school student in Hong Kong, in 2020, I watched democracy crumble before me. In mere weeks, freedoms that I took for granted, such as open debate, free and fair elections, and an independent press, were taken away. Unfortunately, similar tales continue to unfold in our world today and have happened to places as varied as Myanmar, Hungary, Venezuela. It's a sobering reminder that democracy can be dismantled far more quickly than it can be built. But the truth is, we can do something about it. Here at Pomona, we have the opportunity to practice the habits of democracy so that when we leave this campus, we are ready to carry those habits into the world. It is impossible to go a day on this campus without encountering some kind of disagreement, whether in a seminar, a club meeting, or even over dinner at Frank. Those disagreements can be frustrating, and I feel that frustration every time ASPC struggles through another long meeting. But that is precisely the point. Our places here, they force us to work through difference rather than avoid it. In doing so, we learn the habits that Tocqueville believed sustained democracy: listening, debating, compromising, and moving forward together in spite of all our differences. These habits, they're not abstract. They're practiced in every vote, every committee meeting, every conversation that we have with each other where our perspectives collide. And when we leave Pomona, the lessons that we've rehearsed in this small community equip us to carry those habits into much larger arenas. I believe that true learning starts when we're willing to be challenged and willing to also change our minds. I want us to build a community that doesn't just tolerate disagreement, but sees it as evidence that we're grappling with questions that actually matter. Whether you find yourself debating the factors contributing to global warming, or asking the question of if cereal truly counts as soup, don't stop at the what. Ask why. Polarization grows when we assume we understand someone's entire perspective from just a few words, or when we judge the reasons behind their beliefs without digging deeper. I want us all to recognize the acts of changing our minds as intellectual courage rather than weakness. And it is only by doing so can we truly start to turn dialogue into understanding and understanding into connection. Along with embracing disagreement, I hope we can continue to flex our muscle of trust. Trust in our peers and their intentions to act in good faith. I can't emphasize enough. Democracy asks us to take this radical leap of faith by placing our fate in the hands of people whose experiences vary drastically from our own. In fact, philosopher Hannah Arendt warned us that democracy fails not only when it is attacked from the outside, but when trust dissolves, leaving us polarized, isolated, and apathetic to each other's struggles. Fortunately, from the time you arrive at Pomona, you are surrounded by a community whose beliefs and lived experiences vary drastically from your own. I encourage you to embrace the diversity of opinion of those around you. We cannot let our differences become walls, and our community will only endure if we choose to place trust in one another. I want you to make no mistake. A Pomona education is, as Professor Keim has briefly mentioned, both a privilege and a responsibility. As you begin or continue your journey, I ask that you proceed with intention. Approach your studies knowing that your education is preparing you not only for a career, but for the shared work of civic engagement. You will encounter conflict and the very messy work of collaborating with others, and it will not always be comfortable. The question is what you will do with those moments, and if you take them as opportunities to create something greater than yourself, whether it be clubs that inspire, policies that change lives, or communities that endure. Now, hope in democracy is not always easy. Trust me, I took a course called Democratic Decay at 9 a.m. in the morning. It can feel like no matter how loud we speak, sometimes our voices simply don't carry. Now that frustration is real, but the future of democracy, it does not rest on someone else. It rests on what we do here and what we do now. Your time at Pomona is an opportunity for you to practice the habits of democracy. Those choices, they will not only shape who we become, but the kind of democracy that we leave behind for generations and generations to come. The future of democracy is not abstract. It depends on every one of us. Thank you.